We welcome you to this Tuesday ACC broadcast of SimWorld U on CBS. We are coming to you live from the Dean E. Smith Center in Chapel Hill, North Carolina, where we have the number 1 Duke Blue Devils, 18-2 overall, 3-1 in conference play, facing off against the number 17 North Carolina Tar Heels, who are 13-7 overall and 3-1 in conference play. I'm JJP, and with me is my broadcast partner, Marsh. Marsh, this opening game tonight on CBS is not just one of the biggest in-state rivalry games. This game also has massive stakes on hand. Marsh, you want to elaborate on that?
Yeah, this is what you sign up for in college basketball, man. This is a matchup of two storied programs. Obviously, the rivalry speaks for itself, the history of this matchup, and it just gets bigger tonight with the opportunity for a driver's seat position in the ACC. If you're Duke, you're trying to rebound after that disappointing loss a couple games ago. You're trying to get back up and secure your spot chasing down Virginia Tech. North Carolina, though, you got a shot to push Duke down a level, right? You got a shot to push them into the middle of this ACC. It's a tough conference. It's starting to take shape, starting to separate, and now's a chance for either of these squads to really put their name near the top.
North Carolina has won the tip. Their last game was a win at home over Louisville. The score there was 74-58. They're currently on a 3-game winning streak. And the last game for Duke, also a win for them at home. They were able to defeat Virginia Tech 84-75. The Blue Devils looking to begin a new winning streak. And the starters for Duke, we have Little, Duval II, Nelson, Flagg, and Augustus. They're coached by John Shire. And here's Cooper Flagg going with the jumper. He hits it. It's 2-2 in the first half.
Okay, this is a big night for North Carolina. You're trying to avoid the sweep. You're trying to get a bit of a statement win on your resume right now. And you're going to need to get a big night from Bam Wallace and Kasim Porter Jr. to get there. You're going to have your hands full with Cooper Flagg on the other end. Your top scorers need to get it done for the Tar Heels tonight.
So along with Porter Jr. and Wallace, they also have Marks, Baines, and Stack Jr. rounding out the lineup. They're coached by Hubert Williams. It's now 4-2 Tar Heels after that made 2-pointer.
Yeah, it's going to be a big night for Miles James. He's going to have plenty of hands filled underneath Kadarius Stack Jr. as well. I mean, this is not an easy group to defend inside the paint, and that's exactly what they're going to have to find a way to do.
Duval II able to score there for Duke. Here's a foul committed by Duval. This will send Bam Wallace to the line. Marsh, more on Bam Wallace. Yeah, what about him that makes him special?
I said this earlier today, and I've said it before, he is the most interesting prospect in this season's SWBA draft class. He's one of the few forward-sized players that can stretch the floor. He's a really good 40% shooter from deep. 6'7". There's very few guys that replicate his size and his scoring ability from deep. But I really think he's a very underrated playmaker with the ball. We just saw there getting into the paint. If he's able to showcase that skill set, his ceiling and his draft stock is really going to rise.
All right, Wallace making 1 of 2 free throws. Leads North Carolina with 15.5 points per game. He's also shooting over 40% from deep. And we see not a bounce call there. A few highlights so far early on in this contest. The last matchup between Duke and UNC, it was a battle. Blue Devils pulled out a hard-fought 76-68 victory over in Durham just about a month ago. So Duke looking to repeat that performance tonight on the road.
And that's the epitome of this rivalry, right? One team gets the win at home, they go back to the other venue, and the other team picks it up. Now, obviously, North Carolina got that season sweep a season ago. Now they're trying to get Duke rolling, and they're trying to, return serve here this season for the Tar Heel. It's a challenging place to play. Duke's going to have to ride their big guy inside if they plan to pull the win here on the road.
Currently with the lead after that Ilgauskas jam. Now Bam Wallace can add more points. Go with the right hand off the glass. That one is good.
That's what that's his ability off the ball, off the bounce. That I think, you look at his numbers and you see his scoring ability, but it's really his ability to take the ball off the bounce that's going to change who he is as a prospect, and it's going to change North Carolina's ceiling. This is a team that hasn't necessarily blown out and run away with a lot of wins. They're going to need Bam Wallace to be playing a big role if they're going to do that come Hoops area.
So Gauskas winning that battle up against Bam Wallace to make it 8-7 Blue Devils. Meanwhile, North Carolina, they've been heating up. They've been winners of 4 of their last 5. They've been riding high after dominant wins over Florida State and Louisville. Need to keep the momentum rolling here at home. As now they work with Bam Wallace. Goes out to the right wing. Shot clock winding down. There'll be a 3 attack contested. That goes through.
I feel like we're really missing some of that attentiveness on the perimeter without Jeremiah Minor in action right now for Duke. That's a big miss for them to not have their point guard, their junior point guard, and especially in the offensive end. You can talk ad nauseum about Cooper Flagg, but without Minor out there, this offense looks quite a bit different.
Now, all tied up here at 10. 4:10 remaining in this opening stanza. And looks like the coach for Duke is trying to gawk at the refs. Not sure exactly what's his case, but as of now, we're seeing a couple missed shots. North Carolina, though, in transition. There's a drive up. Flagg commits the foul. It's his first of the night. That sends Miles James to the free throw line.
And it certainly could be about those fouls. But now we're going to get a timeout. We'll come back to it. But Duke trying to hang on and weather the storm of this ruckus North Carolina crowd early on.
See the game, be the game.
Yeah, so we brought up earlier about the Duke coach talking to the refs about an issue. It turns out it was a clock malfunction, Marsh, that the refs had to convene and figure out the exact issue. And now we've come up with a rare circumstance in college basketball, a restart of an ACC matchup. Have you seen this before, Marsh?
I have not seen this before, and it's I don't blame the coach for being bothered by it, but a vast clock mistake there. Fortunately, it doesn't seem to have bothered Bam Wallace too much to start things off, but you hate to see that be the the starting headline of a Duke North Carolina game.
Yeah, we played around 4 minutes of basketball action before refs had to put a pause on everything and redo the tip-off. So a little bit of a rare circumstance here. And we'll get going once more. 4-2, missed shot there. Rebounded by Roderick Little, the point guard for Duke.
Of course, still no, I mean, much of it stays the same, right? We're now just extra 4 minutes of hoops that we got to see, just a warm-up, but be interesting to see how Duke and North Carolina change their approaches, if at all. I mean, it was 10-10 a second ago, 6-2, so North Carolina obviously not getting the best start in the aftermath here. But you want to see them be aggressive. You want to see Kasim Porter Jr. get downhill, Bam Wallace get downhill. Right there, I mean, that's the type of game, you got to be able to finish that, but that's the type of game you want to see if you're trying to fight your way back and regain momentum from that sloppy and awkward start to this game.
Gucci Nelson with a sweet block. We saw Victorious Ilgauskas continue where he left off. He was able to score points right off the bat off this restart. There's a miss. Tar Heels with the rebound. And come up close. Nope. Lost ball. Ilgauskas comes up with it. Goes to Little. Duke looking to extend their lead here with 17:56 left in the first half. Duval navigating behind the back. Will go for the layup, and it's good for Duke.
North Carolina just does not look like they've responded well to the restart. It's an awkward thing to have to reset your mind mentally, but I thought what they were doing was really efficient in those first 4 minutes before we got the reset going. They just have not looked the same, but I like that take there from Bam Wallace. Get in the paint, drop foul, get to the free throw.
Yeah, Bam back to the line. The Tar Heels may need to get this crowd back in it ASAP in any way, shape possible. Bam Wallace, UNC's top-tier player. Need to shoot a couple free throws here to possibly trim Duke's lead to 4, and he's able to hit the first one. UNC can put up a sweet home court advantage. No place like it. They've protected their home court well throughout the season, these fans, winning 6 of their last 7 here in Chapel Hill. Second free throw is made. It's now Duke 8, UNC 4. Here's the crowd noise. Roderick Little passing it back to Nelson. To Ilgauskas, and the ball is tipped. Defense, and love to see a pass. The shot attempt ends up being blocked by Little. So Little, we've seen a good amount of contributions from him, both on offense and defense so far. And he's been known to be an awesome defender.
JJP, that's sort of the downfall to modern basketball, right? Kasim Porter Jr. running with him, he decides to flare out to the right side as opposed to run it into the paint and try to force the ball down court. That then leads to Miles James not really having a great look. He makes it pay there with the triple, but a little bit of that, let's spread the floor even on the transition there, but you don't always love to see it.
Yeah, the double team on Bam backfired there. Julian Marks with the made 3. Now Duval, pounded, loses the ball, still in possession. Duke. And we want to talk
haven't seen
about
too much Cooper Flag involvement either, JJ.
Right.
I mean, it's been a lot of pretty much everybody else, just not a lot of takeover from Cooper Flag early in this basketball game.
Yeah, speaking of Flag, one matchup to look out for. Miles James of UNC. Right here, he'll be on defense against Flag. So Miles James versus Cooper Flag. As a layup is made by Duval the second. Makes it 10-7 Blue Devils.
I mean, certainly if you're Duke, you're sitting here saying, okay, we're up by 3 early on and we're not getting a whole bunch of activity from Cooper Flag. You're not going to hate that, but at the same token, it's a bit of we kind of wish we were getting something for it.
Ball committing his first foul. Bam Wallace back to the line for a couple. In that kind of game where we've seen a variety of shot attempts and ability for both of these teams to make it to the free throw line.
And interestingly enough, JJ, I mean, we're just about the same amount of time in, and we're just about the same score. 10-8 if he hits this free throw. We're talking 10-9, and we're right where we started when this when we got the restart going.
There you go. It was like, these two teams have gone through a second wave, and we're about to see the same score. And Van Wallace coming through with the second free throw. The offense runs through him. His playmaking is just as dangerous here. He is tasked to defend efficiently. Looks like he is on Adelson Sampaio, who's now into this ball game. He goes off the glass. That one is good from short range.
Sampaio's a nice addition. I really like the game that Sampaio plays with for Duke rather. I think he's a big piece of this program's future. Obviously having a great season the Blue Devils are this year, but I think he's a guy that can really shape next year too.
Porter Jr. to stack for the two-handed dunk. North Carolina putting on a show to trim this lead to 1. And UNC looking for more opportunities to find the open man for easy dunks or show-stopping dunks. And meanwhile, Duke, they are you can call them a fast-paced team. Quickening the pace here with Cooper Flagg driving up. He's able to make it in. So looking forward to more fast-paced play calls throughout this contest, as the Blue Devils are by only 3.
I like that decision to try to get downhill for Cooper Flagg. It's a good one. You got to go up quicker than that, though, if you're Miles James.
Deflection there. Ilgauskas comes up with the ball. Roderick Little surveying. He's at the top of the key. Cooper Flagg over to the left wing, guarded by Bam Wallace this time. Flagg loses it. Straight up lost the ball. This ends up in a major league dunk for Miles James.
Big missed opportunity there from North Carolina. You had Victorious Ilgauskas guarded by Kasim Porter in the paint, and you couldn't get the ball inside from Flagg. That is not the way to go. That is the way to go.
That's a great response for the Blue Devils. Back at a 3-point lead, two-handed dunk by Roderick Little, the junior from Ann Arbor, Michigan. Now UNC, off for a 3 try, goes in and out. And Cooper Flagg comes up with the rebound. Sampaio, pass it out. Archie Nelson, ooh, he had an open look, he misses it. Now North Carolina in transition. And looks like the Tar Heels have called timeout at the 14-minute mark here in the first half. Stay with us. We're back in just a moment. Back here at Chapel Hill, where it is a 3-point lead currently for Duke. And looking at the box score so far, Cooper Flagg He averages about 22 points per game. And so far, North Carolina has limited Flag to just 4 points, Marsh. Looks good as of now, defending Cooper Flag, or you think he'll kind of come out of the woodwork and finally put up a run of points, flurry of points?
Well, look, I mean, you can hold Cooper Flag to however many points that you do, but the problem is you haven't really slowed down anybody else, right? Jeremiah Minor, Roderick Little has been effective getting inside. Addison Sampaio in his limited minutes has been effective at getting inside. So yeah, you've limited Cooper Flag, but it's kind of a pick your poison, right? Do we choose to sell out to stop Flag and then open that up and force somebody else to beat us, or do we make somebody else be quiet and have Cooper Flag be the primary guy? Personally, I think they're taking the right approach. Make Adelson Sampaio, make Roderick Little become the #1 scorer. I'd rather get beat by them than get beat by Cooper Flag.
We saw Little commit the foul there on Kasim Porter Jr. That'll be Little's first foul, but we also wanted to point out more of his contributions other than the foul. He's put up only 2 points, but has also recorded a rebound, an assist, a steal, and a block. Roderick Little doing it all in these first 6.5 minutes of the ball game.
Yeah, Little's he's so efficient at impacting the game in so many ways. And I mean, yeah, Damari Duval's been the offensive fulcrum. It shouldn't be a surprise. I think it's more of what you'd expect. But Roderick Little just is an aggressive batter. Oh my gosh, following up through to it.
Yeah, what a putback dunk there by Aria Ricardo. Just new to the ball game, the sophomore from Greensboro, North Carolina. Duke now up by 4. The 2 shots there for Bam.
And I think that's the bigger problem. Yeah, 2 fouls on Cooper Flag. That's a great job by Bam Wallace, recognizing Cooper Flag's on the verge of being in foul trouble. Let's go after him, let's attack him. And putting him with 2 fouls, now you're putting Coach Shire, tough decision. Do you leave Cooper Flag in, or do you put him on the bench for the rest of the first half?
Now involving the mental game with all these decisions involving Cooper Flag. As we see a check-in, or Sutphin Flag. Yeah, there he is. He's checking out of the ball game. There's the decision by Coach Sutphin. Replacement for the second free throw. And we'll have to find out when Coach decides to put back Cooper Flag. We'll have to imagine spend a few minutes on the bench.
I mean, I really don't think you can play him again until the 5 or 6 minute mark in this quarter. You just can't risk him going into the second half with 3 fouls called on him. And so now the question is, on really both ends, but particularly I'm most interested in offenses, how do you create offense? Now it's all on Roderick Little. It's all on Damari Duval. You don't have Jeremiah Minor out there, who has been your #2 option for much of the season, and now you can't even finish a dunk.
Well, Kamarion Bracken able to put up his first points of the ball game for North Carolina. Bracken looking to attack once more. He'll take the jumper. That one is deflected, recovered by the Tar Heels. 9 seconds left on the shot clock. Now in free throw territory. And another foul committed by the Blue Devils. And Bam Wallace once more drawing the foul.
I love what we're seeing out of Bam Wallace right now. He's about to take his 7th and 8th free throws of this game. He's 5 of 6. He's only attempted, because of that, 1 field goal attempt in this entire game. I love the aggression. We've got 12 minutes left in this basketball game, and you've already gotten yourself and your team into the bonus. You've got Cooper Flag into foul trouble. This performance right now from Bam Wallace, we talked about it at the original start to this game. Be aggressive. Be aggressive on ball. Get downhill. Bam Wallace is doing exactly that.
Yeah, this is now the 10th free throw attempt for North Carolina. That one is good. Our Heels now with the 1-point lead. Roderick Little at the controls. With all his contributions, he'll play hot potato with Scoochie Nelson. Now the ball back to Little, guarded, and a drive up. More action in the paint. That layup is good.
If you're North Carolina there, you've got to be more aggressive going after the rebound. You have to play with your hair on fire right now. Cooper Flagg's not on the floor. The best option for this team as Van Wallace goes right past Sampaio. The best option for this team, for North Carolina right now, is to play all out. Gas, pedal down, and build up as much of a lead as you can get before Cooper Flagg comes back. But that is all built around effort, no effort.
And Wallace, the points leader in this ball game with 9, as we see made field goal there by Sutphin. Now 22-21 Duke. And it's been that back and forth contest that we expected. Small lead, sweet block. And Duke attacking here. Will go a little slow on the pace to start. As Little, the floor general, comes up with the ball, goes with a spin. Jumper off one leg, that's a miss. North Carolina now in transition. And Bracken through the rim, that one is through. Once more back and forth for these lead switches here at this point in the first half. And it's one of those games where, you know, you can probably predict what will happen in these next possessions. Another lead switch, but there, missed field goal.
Well, what you're predicting right now on offense is just no ball movement right now for Duke. We're seeing a lot of ISO attacks downhill, whether that's Robert Little, whether it's Sampaio. Sutphin's tried his hand at it. Scoochie Nelson has tried his hand at it. There's just none of that consistent offensive look that we saw when Cooper Flagg is on the floor.
Cardinals still reliant on Bam Wallace, who's still out on the floor. Offensive rebound. Skyland Smith Jr. turns around. The jumper misses, and Little comes up with another rebound.
+3. Keep this in mind. +3. Duke was up by 3 with Cooper Flagg left with foul trouble at the 14-minute mark. 1, when are we getting him back in? And 2, what's that lead going to look like? Because right there, Scoochie Nelson putting him back on top.
Blue Devils now up by 2 after that 3 by Nelson at the 9:59 mark here in the first half. All right, guys and gals, time to shout out the chat. A huge shout out to everyone watching. You're tuned in wherever you're watching and consuming SimWorld U. And we want to shout out who are in the chat currently. Keep on posting your messages. I'll keep on shouting out who's in there. Biff Markham, how are you doing? Kai Killens, Iris Stairs, Iran, Ish, Coach Simpson, Problem, On Rizal, Sean Moore, Enzo Wolf. It's happening. Glad you're all watching the stream for all the real MVPs.
Yeah, we appreciate this. We love folks who are tuning in for the game of the week. I think it's the second time that Duke and UNC has been the game of the week. And for good reason. I mean, you're getting 2 top 25 teams going toe-to-toe. We talked about at the jump here. The implications right now for the ACC are massive. Massive in this one, particularly for North Carolina. North Carolina, I think this is a bigger must-win game for them. To get ahead of Duke, you draw even, you don't let them have the head-to-head tiebreaker the way that you do now. You also get the leg up ever so slightly on Louisville, who you did just beat, by the way, so you got the head-to-head there. And you're trying to chase down Virginia Tech. Getting a win here against Duke gives you that confidence that, hey, we can walk in and we can beat any of the top 10 teams in the country. Virginia Tech, they're next on our list.
Kylan Smith Jr. at the line for 2. He's a freshman from Lancaster, South Carolina. Averages 2.9 points per game. That puts up his first free throw. And this next free throw to tie up this ball game at 25. And both teams are 3-1 in conference play. So either team can accept a 3-2 conference record at this point.
Now, especially with Virginia Tech at 5-1 up there on top. I know Virginia Tech just lost to Duke, so they're certainly sitting there hoping North Carolina gets the win, positions them in a better spot moving forward. But you're trying to chase down there. And by the way, He's back on the floor. Cooper Flagg back on the floor with 2 fouls and 9.5 minutes to go in the first quarter, or the first half.
Yeah, back earlier than expected, but he is able to draw the foul, sending him to the line. Currently at 4 points. And yep, as you said, he has a couple fouls to his belt, so we'll see how he does defensively here on these next Tar Heel possessions. See if he is more careful and not trying to come up with contact against the player he's defending.
Well, interesting move here is no Bam Wallace on the floor for North Carolina. So he is, in my opinion, your best downhill threat for the Tar Heels, and he's not out there. So he was getting matched up and he was getting switched on to Cooper Flagg. They were going to a lot of pick and roll early with him. So be curious to see if the Tar Heels try to replicate that and engage Cooper Flagg in the pick and roll. I think you have to, considering the fact that Coach Shires is really taking a big risk here early in this game. And they were playing well without Cooper Flagg on the floor, and now you're putting a major risk for your star big man inside.
Yeah, Flagg, usually a nightmare for defenses, but this Tar Heels defense currently has some leverage with Flagg's 2 fouls. Ball was to Hyman, passes it back. Now Julian Marks at the top of the key. He was open and shoots for 3. He misses. Cooper Flagg with the rebound.
Not a great possession there from North Carolina. It didn't have quite the same fluidity it did the last few times down.
Meanwhile, Duval had a chance at an easy bucket. He'll miss. North Carolina now back on the attack. Set out to Marks. Marks passes it. That one is good.
That's a great decision there. Go inside, you got the mismatch with the big one.
Darius Stack Jr., the freshman, able to retie this ball game. It's now 27-27. Flagg now from the free throw line. Guarded by Hyman. A bit of a height mismatch, but Flagg will try for the jumper. Oof, not the best decision there by Flagg.
And you can tell he's trying to find his way back into rhythm, really taken out of it in that opening frame when he got the foul trouble early on. So he really seems to force something on that last time.
Julian Marks has been missing his last couple of field goal attempts. Now Duke looking to retake the lead. Take a little time. As the ball is in Duval's hands, now passes it out to Flagg. Now ball is to Sutphin. They keep operating about the three-point line, and here is a pull-up. It's good for Demario Duval II.
He's been the best player on Duke's floor right now. I mean, he is the best player in the Blue Devil Blue. He has been fantastic getting off the bounce, getting into the paint, and making tough shots.
Stack Jr. working up against Elgauskas. Here's a good battle at similar heights, but Stack will pass it out. And another pass to Hyman. Leads out to Marks. Marks has to shoot it. The lefty gets his shot blocked by Elgauskas. Now Elgauskas.
The offense is really staggered to a halt here for North Carolina without Bam Wallace out.
Good thing to point out there, Bam Wallace, much needed back in this ball game. If you're one of the bodies in the stands here in Chapel Hill, as Elgauskas works an easy bucket off the left hand to make it a 4-point ball game.
And they've got Kasim Porter Jr. trying to check in. He will after this timeout. I think that's a necessity because without Bam Wallace and without Kasim Porter Jr., there's just no offensive option for the Tar Heels.
All right, UNC has called timeout. We'll take a quick break, but don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
Hello guys, it's me, Coach Brooke Simpson of Lone Star Basketball Club. I always wanted to be a head coach, and SimWorld Sports is a great community that allows anyone to be a head coach. It's the only place where you can live coach games, you get to recruit players, and SimWorld Sports also has a very friendly community that will help you along the way. SimWorld Sports is the only place where you can see the game, be the game.
Do you have the mind of a coach? Are you willing to fight for your players? Can you handle it when things get heated? Can you manage your star player's ego? Can you handle the stress? Can you become a legend? The only place in the world where you can coach live in a virtual world. SimWorld Sports.
All right, back at it here. Duke 31, North Carolina 27. Looking at the stat sheet, 3-point game, pretty much non-existent so far. A couple attempts by Duke, 4 attempts by North Carolina, but only 1 3-pointer made by both teams. Scoochie Nelson with Duke's 3, and Julian Marks with Carolina's lone 3. Marsh, do we expect to see any 3 action in these next few minutes to help either extend Duke's lead or help North Carolina catch up?
Well, if I'm North Carolina, I'm certainly going to try it. You're a team that has 2 really good 3-point shooters in Kasim Porter Jr. and Bam Wallace. So if I'm North Carolina, especially with Cooper Flagg out there, he's operating paint. If you can't get him that 3rd foul, which I think should be option number 1 here for North Carolina, take advantage of the fact that you're in the bonus, get Cooper Flagg into foul trouble even further, then yeah, I think you got to find a way to take the 3.
Back here at the top of the key, guarded by Ilgauskas, so passing on over. No foul call. That was a clean block according to the refs. And Flagg grabs his own block ball.
The fans certainly none too happy with it. That was a close call there. Would have been a big foul had it been number 3 there on Cooper Flagg early on, or late in the first half, but early on in this game.
Then Marks coming off with the rock here. This team down by 4, and Marks! Wow, that one was a block as well, according to the refs.
Ilgauskas is a great paint defender, a great ability to stop attacks inside. It's why his partnership with Cooper Flagg, even back to the prep days, has been so productive. Just their ability to complement one another so well on the defensive end.
Bench of the second team still out for North Carolina at the moment. Sans Julian Marks. Carolina from deep. It's good. Trims the lead to 1.
That's what you got to do. Find a way to get Kasim Porter Jr. Find a way to get Bam Wallace when he's out there open from deep.
Duke with the timeout. At the 5:18 mark here in the first half. They are currently up by 1 point.
I think you got to see Bam Wallace coming back here after this timeout.
Wouldn't be surprised if they check him back in. All right, we have a live EM giveaway incoming. You don't want to miss this because we're giving away EMs live during our streams. That's right. Multiple chances to score EMs that you can bank for the future and use when you need them the most. But here's the catch. You got to be here to win. No ghosting allowed when your name gets called. You better be ready to claim those EMs. So stay locked in, keep the chat active, and get ready to win big. Only on SimWorld. Okay, 31-30. And I see Bam still behind coach here during this timeout meeting, but we should definitely expect Bam to gain a few more minutes here at the 5:18 mark in the first half.
You expect. He's been the guy that's put the most pressure on the rim this entire game. So if you're going to do what I think needs to be, which is a foul on Cooper Flagg, give him his 3rd, Bam Wallace is the guy to do that.
Cooper Flagg able to hit another field goal. He's now at 8 points here in the first half. 33-30 the score. Kasim Porter lobs it up, and it gets intercepted by Ilgauskas.
You know, he's not one that strikes you as being one, JJP, but Ilgauskas quite a gifted athlete on the defensive end for Duke.
Yeah, just snatched that one in the air, knew what was coming, great instincts. Now Duke trying to extend this lead. Sampaio is guarded by Hyman. And shot clock at 1. 3-pointer. Miss and a foul is committed by Ilgauskas. That's his first of the night. North Carolina now trying to take advantage of some sloppy off-ball action.
A big moment there. Because there's no possession, you don't get the free throws at the other end for North Carolina.
There you stack. Now trying to work his way up against Ilgauskas. He'll miss, and looks like Ilgauskas commits another foul.
So that's another one. You got two guys, your two big men for Duke right now, both Ilgauskas and Flagg with 2 fouls apiece. I mean, that's credit to North Carolina. They're doing a great job of putting the ball inside and making that. And now you're forcing Shire is probably going to play the two of them for the rest of this half. But if you can get either of them to foul number 3 here, headed into the break, I think that's a win for North Carolina.
Stack now attempting North Carolina's 13th free throw of the night. That's a miss. It's a 3-point ball game. Kadarius Stack is at 4 points at the moment, 1 rebound, 1 block. And looking to add more to his stat sheet here with the second free throw attempt.
Let's take a moment as we get the panned out view here of the arena, one of the best settings in college basketball here. Roy Williams Court, Chapel Hill. It is a heck of a place for a basketball game.
Cooper Flagg leaning forward, still gets the shot to go through. Now 35-31 Duke, approaching the 4-minute mark here in the first half. A little bit of noise coming from this home crowd. Rather have it heard on the opposite side of the ball. There's a make there in this lead. And now the crowd volume goes up, trying to disorient Cooper Flagg, who's guarded tightly. And he wants to do the work himself. He's stripped of the ball. And the ball ended up out of bounds. Still Duke's possession.
I'm going to deem that one possession and then foot out of bounds, so a reset of the shot clock there for the Blue Devils.
The inbound is Arya Ricardo. Pass it out to. Oh, major block by Stack. Stack blocking Duval's shot. And now a layup made on the other end by Skyland Smith Jr. He went with the left hand, able to make it in with tight coverage on it.
That's a great attack there from Skyland Smith. Nice finesse move there to get the two.
For Flagg off the front rim. Rebound recorded by Smith Jr. And Stack. Not good with the ball. Goes to the top of the key with Porter Jr. Roughly 3 minutes left. And some good ball movement. And now a charge up. Off the glass. No good. Scucci with the ball. And here we go with the foul. Might have been a smart foul. Test Ricardo at the line.
Good decision there not to make that an easy bucket. Got to see better finishing there from Kasim Porter Jr. though on the other end.
Duke, right now, 2 total free throw attempts in this half. Free throws. Looks like Flagg has shot the 2 free throws so far, and now Ricardo missing out. He had 2 of 3 from the line as a team.
And certainly, that Duke coaching staff, none too happy with that discrepancy. You can tell pretty much every time down that Duke is in the paint and the shot goes up and they don't get the foul call. They're really pleading with the refs for a call. And the free throw discrepancy, they might have a case for it.
And the UNC foul looking smarter there after the 2 free throws were missed by Ricardo. North Carolina, this bucket leads to Duke. Back to the ball. Calculative. Go with Sampaio. A runner is good.
And he does give them that additional look off the bench. A little bit of a change of pace guard. Shifty, quick. Can get into the paint well. And he's not a necessarily efficient guy inside, but when he is on his game, he can flip things in kind of Duke's favor.
Adelson Sampaio. He's from Brazil. He's a freshman. And there we see a nice response from the Tar Heels. That's Brecken with the points to retie this ball game. We're seeing lead being trimmed and tied upon. Pure ACC ball. Physical basketball this side as flag misses. Now UNC looking to take advantage and of course take the lead. 37-37. Sean Porter Jr. looking for a path. He was impeded on his way to the rim. Marion Bracken, now ball to Smith Jr. Screen set up. Good look. And that one is good from 3. North Carolina now up 40-37 as we approach the final minute of this first half. It's been an interesting one. Saw a restart of the ball game due to clock malfunction. Now in this stage of the ball game, Duke finds himself currently down by 1. Porter going out. Smith Jr. back to Porter. Now to Smith. He got a lane. Ends up being fouled by Cooper Fly. Oh, no foul is called. No foul is called. They said it was a block out of bounds. Still in UNC's possession. All right, UNC on the inbound, looking to extend this lead. Porter Jr. gets it out to Smith. Couple passes. And the shot clock is winding down. Got to get the shot up quickly. Nope. Pass was picked off by Scucci. Here in transition, off the glass, a miss. Tar Heels looking for more points before this half is over, and they can't get them there. Scucci Nelson goes out to Sampaio, and Sampaio finishes on the other end. It's now 41-40 Duke. All right, last 10 seconds of the first half. UNC unable to get the job done and retake this lead. Duke working their way up. And at the buzzer, the shot misses by Aria Ricardo. And this half concludes with Duke up over UNC 41-40. All right, it's been those back and forth contests, and definitely speculated as advertised hard-fought battles on both ends of the floor. And we'll take a quick look at some of the stats leaders in that first half. Cooper Flag, gonna look here, leading the way with 10 points, 4 for 6 from the field. And despite Bam Wallace not being present on the court late in that first half, he still leads the Tar Heels with 11 points, and he's been to the line often, 7 of 8 from the free throw line, so that's one key stat there, Bam Wallace's ability with the free throw line. We'll be back for the second half after this quick break.
SimWorld, SimWorld. SimWorld, 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 SimWorld.
It's a place where average Joe can work on his craft and grow. Say you the new magic, yo. Well, why you ain't passing though? Better get you a basket, bro. Cause this ain't no Madden, no. This is real ball life from prep to pro. Kamal Park, this ain't no fashion show. It's the opportunity for you to be the one to shoot the 3 in the clip. Game on the line. They like, who is he? Must be the 2-3 or 2-4. The 1 twice. Coach saying do more. Scouts like that boy nice. Drive up the price, push up the stock, build up your name, stir up the pot, piss off the eye. As a player or a coach, here it is, dog. SimWorld, this is your shot.
Yo, yells.
SimWorld.
You know your boy gotta get some of this, right?
SimWorld.
Rick Blaze.
SimWorld.
Ladies love. Let's go.
I be on some ballers, trying to get my hands on a scholarship. Pretty young thing already knew my name, said she wanna try out on a scholarship. Hold up, let me PG it. Porn go past, but you know I'm gon' do it. Podcast facts, big Bob on the snacks, and you know I'm in my bag when March can't beat it. Baby, I be trippin' with my foes, tipping, shot out to the ballers. No bull. like I'm Pippin. Rick Blaze hit him with the freestyle. SimWorld Hoops, man, them boys wild.
SimWorld, 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 SimWorld.
And then when their lead expanded, they turned into a highlight machine, except for the problem was there was no film in the camera.
There's no better time than now. See the game, be the game.
I am the truth. It take a giant to fit on my shoes. Switch out the suit. S in my chest when I step out the booth. Flip on the news. Hot off the press, homie, I'm that dude. King of the zoo. Striking the tech, I left it in the room. Got designer on my body. Selfies in the private jet. Hop out of the new Bugatti. This is how you move like a boss. When you got it, go and show it. Dripping out, shining like a stars. Make them all flop. Round of applause. This is how you move like a boss. With the sauce. Like a boss. Hey, boss. This is how you move like a boss. Like a boss. Money in the bank, like I own the bank. And it's a funny thing, cause money ain't a thing. 24-karat rings, got me give a thing, but I still got the range. This is how you move like a boss. When you got it, go and show it. Dripping out, shining like the stars. Make them all flop, round of applause. This is how you move like a boss. With the sauce. Like a boss. Hey, this is how you move like a boss. I got the swag for real. Head to toe dripping in my bag for real. Looking like a happy meal. I'm a snack for real. This is how you move like a boss. When you got it, go and show it.
Welcome back to SimWorld U on CBS here at the Dean E. Smith Center with Duke up by 1 point. Wanted to offer a quick correction. Cooper Flag currently at 12 points and 4 rebounds in that first half. So if you're on Flag watch, currently at 12 points.
Here. It's interesting. He's not here to start the second half, JJP. He is not on the floor right now with those 2 fouls.
Interesting to note, yeah. Cooper Flag thought the Blue Devils would need him to provide some sort of quick run here to start the second half. We'll have to rely on Little, who is able to sink the 3. So
every possession matters here for North Carolina for the duration of the time that Cooper Flag is not on the floor.
We'll have to rely on supporting cast like Scoochie Nelson, Carter Little, Nelson Sampaio. North Carolina able to trim the lead there. Now
I'll tell you what, Ben Wallace has gotten into the paint quite a bit, but he's taking some high difficulty shots. He's making them, but he's taking high difficulty shots inside.
Catch and shoot, high shot arc, it's good for 3. Little once more scoring, and he's come up with a couple buckets to start off the half.
That's exactly what you need with Cooper Flag on the sideline. You need somebody to take and make big shots right now. Robert Little's doing that.
It's to Porter, and Porter feeding his teammate. That's 2 points for Bam. 47-44 to score. Looking for a creative way to respond. Little has scored 4 points so far in the half. Ball is kept currently by Duval. He's been holding on to that rock. The shot clock at 10. Gaskus offering a screen, and Duval, for some reason, doesn't take it. Thought is blocked, and now the Tar Heels in command. Go for three off the back rim. Go with the rebound.
The last possession, you need more ball movement. You can't just sit in one guy's hand all possession long for the Blue Devils.
Ball being double teamed. Go out to Augustus to Sampaio on the left wing. A small lead. That doesn't help things, as the rebound is recorded by Miles James. James goes out to Stack. A feed, a layup there off the glass for Julian Marks.
Great offensive looks right now from North Carolina without Cooper Flag on the floor. The paint is just so much more open when you have just one of those two, but big foul to get a second foul there on Roderick Little.
Roderick Little just bulldozing over his defender. As we see more of Little here in these packages. North Carolina looking to take advantage and retake the lead here on this possession. Looking for the inbound for Porter Jr. Inbound, in fact, goes to Porter Jr. 47-46 Blue Devils. Scoochie Nelson working the defense now. Ilgauskas on the ball handler. Shot is blocked by Ilgauskas. And Cooper Flag back into the ball game.
And you can see on that last possession just how much more impactful Ilgauskas can be when he's got Cooper Flag next to him inside the paint.
Damn Wallace. He's guarded. And now goes with the dunk. He's able to get past Duval the second. Man. And Wallace is able to draw plenty of fouls in that first half. Now comes out, attacks the rim. Now Cooper Flag looking to respond. He hits the jumper, making it a three-point ball game once more.
Well, Cooper Flag is doing what Cooper Flag does, and credit to Bam Wallace. He is answering the tone every single time.
We talked about Cooper Flag and Miles James being a potential matchup, but here scoring-wise, it's been the Flag versus Wallace show. Luke trying to maintain this lead, but these Blue Devil fans, a few in attendance and those watching at home, really can't read signs of relief as of yet. Waiting for Cooper Flag to really get going, and he's able to draw the foul, setting him to the line.
Bam Wallace has looked like a top 5 prospect in this game. I mean, just the difficulty of the shots that he's taking and making, his ability to respond, going blow for blow right now with Cooper Flag. Not easy tasks to accomplish, and Bam Wallace is answering the bell every single time it's rung by Cooper Flag.
Yeah, when you talk about rising stars in college hoops, you've got to start with this man right here, Cooper Flag, the pride of Newport, Maine. And a little info here about Newport, Maine. It's a small town of just over 3,000 people. It's right in the heart of the Pine Tree State. Offers quiet charm and scenic Sebasticook Lake. Newport has produced a share of history. It looks like Cooper Flag might just be the most famous name to come out of that small town.
I realize Maine was called the Pine Tree State.
Interesting. I didn't know that either. North Carolina now down by 3. Double team, ball out to Hyman. He's fouled by Little, and Little has committed his 3rd foul of the ball game.
Bad decision there to reach in. Interesting decision to bring the double team, but bad decision there to reach in.
Zach ready for the inbound. Porter Jr. upwards, guarded by Scoochie Nelson. He tries to defeat Nelson there, but Nelson comes up with the board. Just enough defense there.
Yeah, great job by Nelson. Just let Kassim Porter make his move and just respond to it.
Nelson now working with the ball. Goes to Little. Blue Devils. It's been a recurring theme here of the 3-point lead. There's the dunk. Thayer Sutphin himself on this game's highlight reel package. Now the Devils are up by 5. Bam Wallace responding here. Shot blocked. Sutphin does it on both ends with the dunk and the block.
Yeah, Sutphin, first defender that's been able to stay in front of Bam Wallace enough to make his shot get changed up at its peak. That's a big defensive play there for Duke.
All right, Duke, it's called time. Get locked in. More action right after this.
Car's all yours.
Thanks. Cars.com's expert reviews made it easy, but...
Shouldn't there be more back and forth?
You missed the drama, right?
Yeah.
Maybe this will do the trick.
It's a puppy.
Not a puppy, a wolf.
What now?
He's a wolf. And that is its incredibly protective mother.
Put the wolf down.
You guys good?
Yeah, we're good.
Yep.
Okay.
Won't go. Rebound Bosch. Back out to Allen. His three-pointer. Bang!
Now there's a steal by Bird. Underneath the DJ.
What's this gonna be?
Lead pass.
Stop it! Stop it! Do not do him like that!
Now goes the roll. Brandon the three-pointer out front.
Hit it! Yes, he did! Iguodala up for the layup. Oh, blocked by James. Decide not to use it. Curry way downtown. Bang! Bang! Oh! LeBron James with no regard for human life. Come down. Up high, down hard. Is this the time? Game! Series! Toronto is won!
Back here at Chapel Hill, wanted to bring up this intense rivalry between these two ACC teams. This rivalry always delivers the drama. Just wanted to bring up some historical highlights and names that our colleague JK wrote up in a retrospective piece on Bleacher Report earlier today. Some names in this rivalry: Coach K, Duke; Caleb Love, UNC; Armando Bacot; Austin Rivers as well. Some of the guys who have come up big for both teams in this rivalry. Marsh, do you have any favorite moments or just players that stand out to you between these two teams as they fought throughout the years?
Yeah, I got one. War number 23 helped one of these two teams win a national championship, and then I don't know, went on to be the best player in basketball history. I would say kind of stands out to me just for his involvement in everything that is the North Carolina program.
A man who has his logo stamped everywhere here on campus. Is North Carolina able to hit the bucket there to trim this ball game's lead? Okay, definitely want to shout out throughout all our platforms watching this matchup of the week. I want to shout out. We wanted to shout out all our platforms that we stream on. In fact, YouTube, of course, Instagram, Facebook, X Gaming, TikTok, LinkedIn. You can watch SimWorld U all on those platforms. So, love how
Maestro on OnlyFans.
Ooh, is that gotta be hot off the press? Maestro on OF.
It's not hot off the press. It's hot off of something, but or it just might just be hot.
Shout out to Maestro. Yeah, catch all of our games throughout all of our platforms where you can see something like that sweet block. I believe that's Sawyer Sutphin once again doing work defensively. And Duke now trying to maintain this 4-point lead. Pass stolen with Sean Hyman working his way now, positions himself on the right wing. UNC trying to navigate past the double team stack. Unable to finish. Sutphin with the rebound.
That possession embodies this game for North Carolina. Good, but just not good enough. He had the moment inside for Stack. Ball gets to him too late. He doesn't get a quick, easy shot. Miss, points on the other end, 4 points win.
How about the bench production from Sawyer Sutphin? He's now at 6 points in this ball game. Did some nice work in these last few minutes here in the second half. Jumper is good for the Tar Heels. It's now 58-54 Duke.
And who else but Bam Wallace to answer the bell when they needed it? I've talked about it multiple times now. When they have needed something, Bam Wallace has delivered on the offensive end.
Sutphin opted for a jab move instead of catch and shoot. He goes for the dunk. He knew more than I knew there. He was trying to go all the way to the rim. Ended up hanging on the rim for a little bit. Sawyer Sutphin adding a couple more points. He is now at 8 on the night. Coming up next here on CBS, Villanova facing off against Creighton. Don't want to miss out there. Two good teams in action with long storied histories. They'll be right after whoever can win this contest between Duke and UNC in the still tight bout. And tomorrow at 6:30 p.m. Eastern, Notre Dame going on the road facing Florida State. Be sure to catch that. Another excellent matchup. Florida State was able to defeat Duke this year, and they look to score a home victory tomorrow.
Yeah, the only ACC squad so far to get that privilege of taking down Duke, and also for Notre Dame, huge opportunity in the ACC.
And on Friday, March 7th, catch our SimWorld Prep League tournaments in action there with a bunch of our prep participants. Brackets begin starting at 6 p.m. Eastern. Don't miss out on the future of SimWorld U coming up this weekend.
And the future of basketball, right?
Always fun to point out with the potential. Oh, man! Little was stumbling and jumbling. Ends up being a bucket for North Carolina. You may see that in SimWorld Prep as well.
He's so far. Kamarian Bracken goes so far off the glass for that.
I'm in there with the rebound. North Carolina trying to desperately go on a run here to take the lead and wanting to please this home crowd. As Kasim Porter Jr. at the controls will go out to the top of the key and bounce pass to the opposite end. Bracken. One out to James. James guarded by Flag. Porter with a 3-second shot clock floater off the back rim. Little with the rebound.
Good look for better defense there for Duke. Make that everything contested. You never allowed for a very open shot from anywhere on the floor.
Little with the pass. Mario Ricardo kind of trapped. Pass it back. Scoochie Nelson guarded by Bam Wallace. And once again a winding shot clock. Contested three. It was heavily contested, but it still goes through for Duke.
That is huge. Duke is making these shots every single time North Carolina gets down the floor. And North Carolina just has not been able to return serve consistently enough.
Miles James there able to come up with the offensive rebound and the dunk to limit the damage here. Approaching the 10:45 mark here in the second half. Ricardo, his double team will go up for the shot. He'll miss. Hyman grabs the ball. Take it up. We'll try to wrap around here. And it ends up being out of bounds. Sneaker was out of bounds for Kamarian Bracken. Big mistake there for the Tar Heels.
Yeah, you can't have that one there. You got a chance at a full runway inside, and that's the one that you end up going with. Not great.
Yeah, Bracken could have jogged to the hoop. Meanwhile, Hyman commits his second foul. See if they sub him out anytime soon. It looks like Flag and Bam Wallace are both on the court at this point. Quick look here at points leaders. Flag with 16, Wallace with 21 at this very moment, with the score 63-58. Go out to Sampaio when the point.
They need to string together stops. North Carolina has not been able to do that.
They can stop Sampaio as he tries for the layup. Off the mark. And Hyman comes up with the rebound. Try a similar play. Smith could have gone, charged it up to the rack himself, but instead passes it out, leads to a miss. North Carolina not exactly hot at this point. Meanwhile, Duke is still missing their shots, so no, Tar Heels unable to take advantage. Some sloppy ball, and it leads to Sutphin jamming it home.
North Carolina Duke has been more consistent in this game, JJP. Simple as that. They've been more consistent on the offensive end. They've been more consistent on the defensive end as they get a timely block. They've just been more consistent up and down this basketball game. It's why they've led for pretty much all of it. It's why they're up by 7 right now. And that's why it's not worse. That's why it's not worse, because Bam Wallace is putting this team on his shoulders, and he's playing like a man on fire.
How about this? Wallace with 25 points, and the next top scorer for North Carolina, Bracken, with only 8 points. He's been carrying the team. All right, timeout has been called. We'll take a quick break. More after this.
Hey guys, Gabe Pope here. You know, I've always wanted to be an NBA player all my life. SimWorld Hoops, that's the place I'm getting to live my dreams. SimWorld Hoops, baby, stop missing out. The only place where you can see the game and be the game.
I've invited Pedro over.
Pedro, my man!
We need to talk about something.
Great. Let's talk.
Look, Tim, for the past 12 years, Pedro and I have been having an affair.
What? I did not see that coming. At all. Pedro Jr., go to your room. Don't make that face. And take that ridiculous shirt off. Daddy loves you. Sorry, what were you talking about?
Get a taste, but where you go? All I know is that I came to party all night. I know about you. Just believe what we need, let him believe what we need, even with the whole. All I know is that I came to party all night. I know about you. Just believe what we need, let him believe what we need, even with the whole. I feel just like a kid in a candy store. So many ladies in there working the floor. What do I do? How can I pick? How can I choose? My head is tight, I'm about to make my move. So I creep up behind her. Never seen anyone finer. You're the kind of hype that I want for sure. So come on, baby girl, let's go.
Yeah, I might be leaving with you, but I ain't leaving with your whole damn crew. You must be losing your mind. I'd be lying if I said that I wasn't trying to holla. Got a girl playing the fool, cause damn, baby, you fine. You been grinding my behind all night. Yeah, that's right, but the thing is, I like